Next is, in that before class we discussed about this, what is the meaning of accounting, what is the meaning of bookkeeping, and what is the meaning of difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Okay, now we discussed about this, what are the objectives. Okay, so under this objective of this financial accounting is here. Objectives of financial accounting. See, first objective is to ascertain whether the business operations whether the business operations have been profitable or not. Okay, profitable or not. Okay, so accounting helps us to know whether a business has earned a profit or suffered a loss. Suppose in any business we are running, these two will occur, sometimes profits or sometimes losses. Okay, so that profit or loss during the accounting period. Okay, under this we have two accounting periods. Now what are that is, one is financial year and second one is calendar year. Calendar year means what? Calendar year means 1st January to 31st December, and financial year is 1st April to 31st March. Okay, it will give us idea of efficiency of the business to determine profit or loss of the accounting period. A trading and profit and loss account and an income statement is prepared by matching revenues and these expenses, so incurred for these revenues. Okay, so this is ascertain whether that business have been earning profitable or not. Then next objective is to ascertain the financial position to ascertain the financial position of the business. To ascertain the financial position of the business. Financial position means what? Balance sheet. Okay, the balance sheet or position statement is prepared to give an idea of the financial position of the business on a particular date. Okay, when will we prepare this financial position is at the end of the year. Okay, when we'll prepare this financial position is at the end of the year. Okay, so that is 31st December or 31st March. We have to the at how much profits are incurred. Okay, what is our financial position, what is our position in the market while when comparing to the other businesses or other companies, or this financial position will comparing to the previous year, is there any increasing or decreasing the profits in our companies. Okay, so this balance sheet or position statement is prepared to give an idea of the financial position of the business. Okay, so this financial position of an enterprise is indicated by its assets on a given date and it's the liabilities on the date. Okay, so this excess of assets over liabilities represent the capital. Okay, so how to get the capital? Excess of assets over liabilities, it represent that capital. So this balance sheet gives information. Okay, so that the balance sheet gives information relating to the nature and value of assets. Okay, how much are the value of that assets, value of assets, and nature and extent of liabilities, whether that enterprise is solvent or not, means that company or position is any liabilities are payable or not. Okay, whether the business concern is over trading or not. So for this purpose we have to ascertain the financial position of the business. Next is to generate information. Next is to generate information. Okay, to generate information means what? Accounting records generate information which may be helpful to various persons in planning. Okay, various persons in planning, or some persons in controlling that planning, or some persons are evaluation of that performance. At the end we have to taking decisions on that. Okay, so these are the some objectives of financial accounting. Next important is what are the functions of accounting. What are the functions of accounting? So this accounting deals with what? Recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting the financial transactions and communicating the end results to the interested party. So functions are, first one is recording, next is classifying, recording, classifying, summarizing, recording, classifying, summarizing. Next, associated with, associated with financial transactions, associated with financial transactions. Next is analyzing, analyzing and interpreting, analyzing or interpreting. Next is communicating. So these are the functions of accounting. See here, first one is what? Recording. Recording means what? Recording is a primary function of accounting. So first is what primary means, what first only now. So that recording is a primary function of accounting. So it mainly deals with what? It mainly deals with recording all financial transactions of a business. It recording all financial transactions of a business in a sequential order or in a chronological order. Means all this means what? Systematic means what? Date wise. Whenever we have to recording the transaction, we must follow the date wise order. Okay, so all financial transactions are recorded in a book is called as a journal. Okay, me what are the transactions are there? That all financial transactions are recorded in one book. That book is called as what? Journal. That book is called as what? Journal. So that journal is further divided into many subsidiary books, and the number of subsidiary books is to be maintained. That depends upon the nature and the size of the business. Okay, so journal means what? The book in which recording all the business transaction are first recorded. Okay, first recorded in the book. That book is called as a journal. An accountant, we have to record the identify business transactions first in journal. Okay, you know the proforma of journal, that is date column, particulars, LF number. LF number means what? Ledger folio number, debit or credit. There are 5 columns in the journal, so that will explain after while doing the problems. Okay, next is what? Classifying. What is the meaning of the classifying? After identifying the transaction, after identifying, record the transactions in journal. After recording the transaction, what are the transactions are you have to write that are in posted into the ledger accounts, that is known as this classifying. Okay, that is known as a classifying. So classifying means what? Posting into the ledger accounts. Posting into the ledger ledger accounts. This ledger account is a book where all the similar entries are recorded. So this ledger contains different accounts on different pages. Okay, this ledger will contains different accounts on the different pages, and accordingly related entries are recorded under one particular account. Suppose purchase account we have to prepare. So under this purchase account, before that journal, there are several transactions regarding to that purchase book, like purchased books or purchased stationery. Okay, posting into the different pages. Okay, and these accordingly related entries are recorded under one particular account. So various transactions relating to one separate head will be there. So that separate head we will prepare one ledger account. Okay, like on that purchase account will be there several purchases, like purchase of raw materials, purchase of machinery, purchase of building. Okay, like these three transactions relating to the purchase now. So in that ledger account, for all these three, we have to open a one account, that is a purchase account. Next is summarizing. Summarizing means what? Summarizing includes presenting the classified data in an acceptable and practical manner, which is useful to the internal and external users of accounting statement. So this process of summarizing involves the preparing trial balance. Okay, this process of summarizing, what it involves? It involves trial balance. So in the trial balance, debit must be equals to the credit. Suppose debit balance is 50,000 is there, and that it should must be credit balance also 50,000 get it. So these both debit and credit must be equal. So this is a process of summarizing. Under this we prepare this trial balance. While taking the closing balances of ledger accounts, we will prepare this trial balance. Next is associated with financial transactions. Next is associated with financial transactions. So in accounting, only those transactions are recorded which are financial in nature. Means what? Finance means what? Money. Okay, money, capital, credit. Okay, so that is what the transactions are in terms of money. Financial transactions means what? The transactions which are in terms of money. The transactions which are not expressed in terms of money, that are what? Non-financial in nature. So that are not recorded in the books of accounts. In the books of account, we have recorded only the financial transactions, that is in terms of money. Okay, suppose any non-money, non-financial in nature, said that is services of doctors, lawyers, hospitals. So that is services now. So that is not incurred in terms of money now. So that it will not be recorded in the books of accounts. Where the transaction have some value, that is recorded in the books of accounts. That is associated with financial transactions. The next is analyzing and interpreting. Analyzing and interpreting. So this the financial data which was recorded earlier is now being analyzed and interpreted so that it can be effectively used by the users in making various decisions relating to the financial condition and this profitability of the business. Okay, so that data is also useful in preparing the future plans. Okay, what are the data will be there? The data is also useful in preparing the future plans and designing the policies for accomplishing those plans. Okay, under this analyzing or interpreting, after completing the financial statement, next step is what we have to analyze and interpret it, means giving explanations to that owner of that business. Okay, okay, you get this much of profits in this year. Okay, depend upon the profits, the owner or that top management will make the plans for in future. So with this depend upon these profits, they want to expand their business or they want to close the business. Suppose any company is going into the losses, then the time they wants to close their business. Okay, in that that all matters are will come under this analyzing and interpreting. Okay, the next is communicating. Next is communicating. So communicating means what? Contact. Okay, when accounting information is thoroughly analyzed and interpreted, so it must be communicated in a effective manner to the right person. Suppose in that company or in the business, main manager will be there or board of directors, what are the person is there, we have to communicate in a manner, effective manner to that right person. Okay, so that accounting information can be communicated by preparing and distributing the accounting reports. That accounting reports includes the income statement and the balance sheet along with some additional information in the form of any ratios or graphs and any funds flow statements. Okay, an accountant must effectively utilize his innovative okay, utilize his innovative and imaginative abilities in this process. They have to communicate each other in the companies or in any business, in any organization. Okay, these are the several functions of accounting. The next important is, who are the users of accounting information? The next is, who are the users of accounting information? Users of accounting information. So this classification of interested users or groups in accounting information disclosure may be done as under these. Okay, these users are, these users are classified into two types. Under this, internal users, under this internal users and external users. Users are classified into two types. What are they? One is internal users and second one is external users. So under these internal users, internal means what? Within the company, internally, in, okay, within the company or within the organization, within the business. Okay, so who are the users means what? Persons. Okay, who are the persons are there in that internal? Is here owners, owners and proprietors, owners and proprietors. Next is managers, managers. The next is employees. Okay, owners are proprietors, managers, employees. So these three persons are the internal users. Then who are the external users? External users are, under these external users, creditors, creditors. Next is investors like prospective investors. Prospective investors. The next is government. Next is government. Next, customers. Next, researchers. Next is foreigners. These are the outside persons. Okay, external means outside of the business. Okay, now first we will discuss under these internal users. So first is what owners are proprietors. So owners or proprietors means they are the main part of the business because of who initiates the capital, who the capital is invested into the business, that person is an owner of that business or proprietor of that business. So the business is done with a primary objective of making profit. Okay, main objective of any business is what? Profits. Okay, maximizing the profits. The accounting records reflects the profitabilities and any financial position or the financial soundness of the business. Who are the owners? Like the sole traders. In that sole trading business, only one person is there. That person is a running their business. Okay, next, partners or shareholders. They refer accounts to know the safety of the amount on their capital. Okay, these are the owners of the business. First, internal users means what? Owners or proprietors of the business. Next is managers. Manager means in case of any large industrial organizations. Okay, in case of any large industrial organizations where the owners and the managers are different. Okay, yes ma, yes na. So that is, owner is different, managers are different. What work will done by the managers? The managers are responsible for the day to day activities of the business. Okay, the accounting records provides important information of the performance of that business and analysis, which in turn helps its management to improve the performance by taking corrective actions. By improving the corrective action. So these are the managers. The next is employees. Employees means who are working in that company, who are working in that organization. So that persons are employees. Employees are interested in the job security. Okay, that employees are interested in the job securities and the future growth. So the both of these are related to the performance of the business. Okay, our company or any organization performance of who with employees do the good job, then only the any value or any growth or any performance is increased to the company. Okay, employees are main important into the internal users. Okay, next coming to the external users. Next under this external users, creditors. Creditors means what? So external users means outside persons. They are not part of the company. Okay, these persons are important, but they are the outside persons. Okay, so creditors means creditors are the persons who have extended credit to the company. So under these creditors include the supplier of goods and services or any bankers, lenders. Okay, these persons are giving some amount to the company for what? Earning interest of that company, while the company has to repay that amount with the some rate of interest. Okay, the financial statements help them in ascertain the liquidity position of that business, that is the ability to meet the financial obligation as and when they fall due. Okay, so these are the creditors. Okay, the next is prospective investors. Prospective investors means what? Investors means what? The persons who are invested into the business, the persons who are invested into that company, that persons are known as a investors. Means outside persons are in some amount of capital is invested into the business. Okay, so a prospective investor is interested in knowing the financial strength of the business. So our company is good earning profits, good name in that market. Then what you have to do? You have to do invest some amount of capital in my company. Okay, so from these, the expected rate of return on investment could be estimated based on that study of that financial statement. Suppose you have some amount of capital invested in that company, what I have to repay the total amount how much you are invested, or I have to distribute some profits of my company to you and some with some of rate of returns. Okay, the next is government. Government means the government is interested in the financial statement from the point of view of taxation. Okay, every person has to pay tax to the government now, that is either direct tax or indirect tax. Okay, so that complaints is to the corporate and any labor law. So this is a government. The next is customers. Next is customers. Who are the customers? Who have to willing to purchase the goods that is in the market point of view now. From this accounting, customers who have developed loyalty to a business, that customers are interested in the continuance of business. They are also interested in knowing the future plans of the organization with which they can also link their growth. Okay, some customers have to know, okay, how much the profits of that company, or what are the plans of that company, so that customers have interested to knowing the future plans of the organization. Okay, so these are the customers. The next is researchers. Next is researchers. Researchers means what? Research. They want to research these companies, or they want to gather financial information. Some different. Okay. So these researchers needs financial information for testing the financial hypothesis. So that is development of theories and this development of the models. So they want to find new. Okay, these are the researchers. Next is foreigners. The whole world has now become one big market. Okay, the whole of the world has now become one big market due to modern means of transport and communication. Many foreign agencies and entrepreneurs are interested to have collaboration with Indian enterprises. So in our India also some outside companies will be there, or some of the foreigners are interested to have know about this our India's companies information. So, hence, the foreigners are interested to know the profitability and financial position of various enterprises of his country. Okay, so suppose in our country is India. Okay, some foreigners will there. So that foreigners are interested to know our country's profitabilities and country's financial positions of the various enterprises. On that basis of this accounting information, the foreigners make up their mind for imports and any exports also. Okay, so this is a foreigners. So this question is very very important for long answers. Let's see who are the users of accounting information, or discuss the various users of accounting information. Okay, got it. If anyone have doubts, ask to me. Is it not understanding to you? Okay. And you have to write notes compulsory, because this financial accounting is both theory as well as problematic only now. So for problems also you have to write notes. So that's why you have to start write the notes. Okay. So this is our today's class.